As a job seeker, you cannot underestimate the power of a really good referral. Being introduced by a trusted colleague who knows both the parties well is probably the most effective way to get into a recruitment process. It's more powerful than actually being referred by a corporate headhunter, because in the end of the day, the corporate headhunter, it's a commercial agreement between the parties. But an actual referral between a trusted colleague to refer you to a company, to an individual, and when that person does a powerful introduction and expresses some reasons why the two parties should be introduced, that is the most powerful, and almost always that connection is activated in some way, shape or form, and usually results in a meeting between the parties. I had it happen just the other day. I had a very senior CEO contact me. I'd known this individual for some time. He's been in my network for more than five to 10 years. And a key individual from his team had left the organisation to set up their own business. He reached out to me to say, look, this lady is incredibly special to me. She's been an incredible contributor to our company. She's about to do X, Y, and Z. Would you please afford her a meeting to discuss some synergies with your business? And it was a very thoughtful introduction. He'd thought about the benefits potentially to my business by meeting this individual, and he relayed that in the introduction. So it wasn't just a flick connection between the two parties. There was a meaningful email expressed with the reasons why it would be powerful to be introduced. And as a result, we had a meeting with the individual. So it always pays to look at your own personal network and how you can be introduced. It's also critical, and when I'm doing introductions on behalf of my clients, I always ask them, come to the table with some talking points. Come to the table so that I can introduce you effectively, because I know your experience well, but I don't know all the little details that would be relevant to this particular organisation that I'm about to introduce you to. So always help your referrer to do really effective introductions by coming to the table with some talking points. These are the three main reasons why I would like to be introduced. This is why it would be valuable for this company to speak with me, or for this individual to speak with me. Try and help your referrer as much as possible. And final tip, must always, without fail, thank your referrer for setting up the introduction and give them some feedback. So go back in touch after the meeting's transpired. Terry, I want to thank you so much for facilitating that introduction. I had a very powerful meeting with X, Y, and Z. It went incredibly well, and I think in the future we will possibly do some business together. Thank you once again. Pay it forward and pay it back. Always acknowledge those referrals, because they're very powerful, because people are putting their name and their reputation on the line. And the reality is, you're not going to introduce someone you're not confident in introducing, because you don't want to damage, your relationship with that organization or that individual. So always try and look for opportunities. And remember, as a job seeker, it is number one. It's trumps. It is the most powerful way to be introduced to an individual or a company, particularly if you're looking for new employment opportunities.